Hello class, how are you? I hope you all are good. Today we'll start with a new chapter that is Up You Go. So in this chapter we'll study mountaineering, preparations for mountaineering, challenges faced and the famous mountaineers जो mountains की चढ़ाई करते हैं और world record set करते हैं. Other adventure activities we'll see paragliding, trekking, scuba diving and water rafting. So weekends पे हम लोग जाते हैं कुछ अलग अलग एक्टिविटीज के लिए like some people like to have skydiving, some people like to have paragliding, scuba diving. So अलग अलग तरह के स्पोर्ट्स एडवेंचर्स हम देखते हैं अपनी फैमिली के साथ वीकेंड्स पे टाइम स्पेंड करते हैं. So in this chapter we'll study about all these activities. So just get ready. Now write the names of these adventure activities you see here. You have been given the help box, also the bungee jumping, skiing, skydiving, sandboarding. So you have to fill this. Now let's just start the chapter. An adventure is an exciting experience or undertaking that is typically bold, sometimes risky. So ये risky भी हो सकता है, इसमें काफी boldness की जरूरत है. It is something that people do out of passion. जो लोग out of passion करते हैं. It feeds us with energy and excitement of exploration. सो इसके लिए हमें एक्साइटमेंट चाहिए, एनर्जी चाहिए और हमें अपने अंदर एक जोश और उमंग चाहिए कि हम कैसे उस एडवेंचर को कितना एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हैं. डिस्कवरी एंड सरप्राइजेस. सो लेट अस लर्न ऑल दीज एडवेंचरस एक्टिविटीज वन ऑन वन. First, we'll start with mountaineering. This means climbing a mountain. You can see in the picture as well the special shoe they are wearing, crampons to climb the mountain. We'll study about the equipments also. So, it is a physical and mental activity that needs courage. बहुत ज़्यादा हिम्मत और साहस की ज़रूरत है, determination की ज़रूरत है. प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर माउंटेनरिंग कि क्या क्या हमें प्रिपरेशन चाहिए. माउंटेनरिंग रिक्वायर्स अ लॉट ऑफ ट्रेनिंग, काफी ज्यादा ट्रेनिंग की जरूरत है. वन शुड हैव अ सर्टेन लेवल ऑफ फिजिकल फिटनेस, उसके अंदर फिजिकल फिटनेस काफी होनी चाहिए. फॉर दिस वन नीड्स टू एक्सरसाइज फॉर मंथ्स बिफोर गोइंग ऑन अ ट्रिप. तो माउंटेन क्लाइंब करने के लिए उसे 1 महीना पहले काफी ज्यादा प्रैक्टिस करनी पड़ती है, एक्सरसाइज करनी पड़ती है. ऑन द ट्रिप माउंटेनियर्स नीड वेदर प्रूफ जैकेट. उन्हें वेदर प्रूफ जैकेट चाहिए क्योंकि वहां का वेदर काफी अनप्रिडिक्टेबल है. कंपास, क्रैम्पॉन्स which are actually the climbing boots, snow glasses, sleeping bags, oxygen cylinders, nylon ropes, water and food items. So all these things are usually carried in the single backpack. Now beside these things, as you can see, books, plastic sheets, डायरी, टॉर्च, टॉल, सोप, विंड शीटर, विसल, ग्लूकोज, जैगरी हो गई, चना हो गया, स्नैक्स, ये सारी चीजें भी उन्हें चाहिए which they need to carry along with the climbing activity. There are many mountain ranges in India and people from all over the world come to India for mountaineering. तो लोग अलग अलग जगहों से आते हैं माउंटेनरिंग करने के लिए. The Indian Mountaineering Foundation IMF is the apex body in the country for organizing, supporting and providing a base of mountaineering. तो इंडिया में जो मेन है बॉडी जो ऑर्गेनाइज करती है और सपोर्ट करती है, प्रोवाइड करती है माउंटेनियरिंग का बेस, दैट इज IMF. The Nehru Institute of Mountaineering and the Himalayan Mountaineering Institute provide training also to the mountaineers. In some schools and adventure camps, children are trained. उन्हें ट्रेनिंग दी जाती है माउंटेनियरिंग के लिए कि किस तरीके से वो एक आर्टिफिशियल रॉकी सरफेस पे क्लाइंब कर सके. नाउ द चैलेंजेस ऑफ माउंटेनियरिंग. माउंटेनियरिंग करते समय कुछ ऐसे चैलेंजेस जिनका उन्हें सामना करना पड़ता है. Mountaineering is not an easy activity. It involves a great risk of life. जान का भी खतरा हो सकता है. Some of the dangers of mountaineering are as follows. As we climb up the mountain, the atmospheric pressure decreases. जो वहाँ का एयर प्रेशर है वो कम हो जाता है और ऑक्सीजन कम होने की वजह से वहाँ पे ब्रीदिंग प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है. सो मेनी माउंटेनियर्स फील डिजी, नोजिया हो सकता है, वॉमिट, ब्रेथलेसनेस, सांस लेने में प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है. सो माउंटेनियर्स फेस अ ग्रेट रिस्क ऑफ गेटिंग ट्रैप्ड एंड बरीड, तो उन्हें काफी ज्यादा रिस्क हो जाता है। क्यों? क्योंकि वहां पे लैंडस्लाइड होते हैं, एवलांचेस होते हैं बर्फ में। सो एन एवलांचे इज अ लार्ज मास ऑफ स्नो दैट फॉल्स डाउन सडनली, कोई बर्फ का बहुत बड़ा पीस हाई स्पीड से गिरता है, दैट इज एक्चुअली एन एवलांचे। So this could happen there. This could be the challenges people face. The weather is unpredictable on higher mountains. As I told कि वहाँ का weather काफ़ी unpredictable है, तो जो visibility है, देखना, जहाँ जितनी दूर तक हम देख सकते हैं वो काफ़ी पुअर हो जाती है। थंडरस्टॉर्म्स हो गए, लाइटनिंग, बादल कड़कना, तो ये सब चीज़ें अचानक वहाँ कभी भी हो सकती है। So these all are the risks they have to face. Now some famous mountaineers will study. In the picture, you are seeing Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay. They were the first mountaineers जिन्होंने माउंट एवरेस्ट क्लाइम किया था 1953 में. So they have made a record. They hoisted the Indian flag, the Nepalese flag and the Union Jack, the national flag of the UK, माउंट एवरेस्ट पे. द नेक्स्ट बचेंद्री पाल, ये इंडियन की फर्स्ट वुमेन है जिसने 1984 में माउंट एवरेस्ट पे चढ़ने का रिकॉर्ड बनाया. Here is an excerpt from Everest, My Journey to the Top by Bachendri Pal. Okay. So, my father's name is Kishan Singh Pal. I was born on 24 May. I kept my parents on their toes. I was a great dreamer. I never thought anything was beyond my reach. The family was poor, but I would declare I will meet Indira Gandhi. I will own a car when I grow up. One day I will fly in the aeroplane. तो ये उनका डिटर्मिनेशन था जो उन्होंने माना एंड उसे अचीव भी किया. So I joined school when I was 5. At the age of 10, I often explore the woods. जंगलों में जाना, हिल स्लोप्स को एक्सप्लोर करना. एक संडे की सुबह we 10 friends, girls and boys decided to go up to a mountain. हम पिकनिक पे जाएंगे, ऐसा उन्होंने प्लान किया. We reached the snow line after 3500 meters and climbed higher 4000 meter. उन्होंने इतना ज़्यादा climb भी किया. We were delighted as everything was under snow, but soon darkness descended. अंधेरा होता चला गया. We had no food, no water and spent a cold, miserable night. उन्हें काफ़ी ज़्यादा ठंड में वो रात गुजारनी पड़ी. I was an all-rounder and after completing MA and B.Ed, I joined NIM, National Institute of Mountaineering. इन्होंने join किया to become a good mountaineer. Colonel Prem Chand dubbed me an Everest material in 1981. So उन्होंने उन्हें quote किया कि वो एक एवरेस्ट मटेरियल है, वो माउंटेन पे जा सकती है. तो उसी के 3 years के बाद she actually became the first Indian woman to climb the Everest. Now, in October 1983, the Everest 84, a team including 6 women and 11 men were announced for the pre-Everest self-training program. I saw Everest massive and its satellites on reaching the base camp. I stood transfixed, gaping at the much ruffled solid river of ice enclosed by a towering trio Everest, Lhotse and Nuptse at 1 p.m. nearly 1 p.m. On 23 May 1984, I stood on the top of the Everest, the first Indian woman to have done so. We spent 43 minutes to the summit. Now the towering giants, the Lhotse, Nuptse and Makalu were dwarfed by our mountain. So the youngest person to climb Mount Everest is Jordan Romero. He was only 13 years old when he achieved the feat in 2010. So इन्होंने इतनी छोटी ही एज में अचीव कर लिया. The government of India honored Vichendri Pal with the Padma Shri and Arjun Award के साथ उन्हें award दिया गया. Now, activity. Now you have to invite experienced mountaineers, guides or expert. You have to share their insights. We will discuss experiences or tips जो वो आपको क्लास में देना चाहे. Now, meet Arunima Sinha. She is an Indian mountaineer and sportswoman. She is the world's first female amputee to scale Mount Everest, Mount Kilimanjaro, Mount Elbrus, Mount Koshiko, Mount एकोंगुआ, साउथ अमेरिका, माउंट डिनाली एंड विंसन। तो इतनी सारी जगह उन्होंने अचीव किया है। So you have to choose the correct word here. An adventure task is very risky or easy? Of course, very risky. Visibility become poor or clear on high mountain? It becomes poor. Bichendri Pal was born in 1954 or 55. You have seen here in the story. She was born in 1954. So you can mark 54. Now you have to organize a dress up day where children come dressed as a mountain climbers. Discuss the essential gear which are needed for the mountaineer कि कौन कौन से equipments की ज़रूरत पड़ती है. Now some other activities we'll see, some other adventure sports. So there are so many adventure activities. Let us learn about them. First of all, we'll see paragliding. In paragliding, the sports person jump out of an aircraft mid-air or glide down with the help of a parachute. वो नीचे आता है. This requires training too, but paragliders enjoy the thrill of gliding in fascinating scenes of the earth from the mid-air. Now tracking. Tracking involves walking. It involves walking through the deep jungles or mountains के बीच में से हमें walk करना होता है on that roads on foot. It is often done in groups. Trackers wear special tracking shoes and clothes. They carry tent along with them to sleep at night. Now you see water sport. This is scuba diving. So it involves diving in the oceans to see the fascinating world of water plants and animals. Scuba diving requires a lot of training. It is very popular in Japan. Now, whitewater rafting. It is actually a riding in raft. You can see through rough rivers or other water bodies. The rafters often encounter dangers. रास्ते में बीच में उन्हें dangers आ सकते हैं जैसे कि तेज लहरें, waves हो गई, protruding rocks, बड़े बड़े पत्थर या फिर water currents. So rafters wear a special protective jackets and they also undergo training in advance. उनको भी training लेनी पड़ती है. Blackwater rafting is a form of adventure in which rafters explore deep, dark caves where there is no light, जहाँ पे अंधेरा होता है काफी ज़्यादा. So these all are actually very risky and thrilling adventures. So let us recall. Adventure activities are exciting but risky. Mountaineering requires a lot of training. There are many dangers of mountaineering. Now, conceptual assessment, you have to say whether the following statements are right or wrong. There is less oxygen as we go higher up. Yes, right. Winds can be very hot on high mountains. Wrong. The weather is unpredictable on higher mountains. Right. Now you have to take your pick. The atmosphere pressure dash on the mountains increases or decreases or remains the same. So it decreases. Now, which one is not an adventure activity? Running, trekking or paragliding? Running is not an adventure activity. When did Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay climb Mount Everest? 1932, 42 or 53? So they climbed in 53. Now you have to describe these adventure activities in brief. Then you have to answer the questions. What is adventure activity? क्या होती है adventure activity? Why mountaineering is not an easy task? क्योंकि उन्हें बहुत सारे challenges face करने पड़ते हैं. What things do mountaineers carry with them on a trip? So there were so many essentials they carry along with them. You have to list them all. Who were Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay? कौन थे? They were first to climb the Mount Everest. Who was Bichendri Pal, the first woman? The story जिसकी हमने story पढ़ी है. So with this we have done. Now we'll start with competency based assessment. You have to find out 5 famous people in the field of adventure. Mention the field and the country to which they belong. Okay. Now you have to find out about the following famous Indian mountaineers from the internet. The name and pictures are already given here. Mountaineers and rock climbers know various techniques of rope tying. Find out some of them. So these are few techniques. Rope tying knots जो है वो strategy use करते हैं जिससे कि काफी अच्छा knot वो बना पाते हैं climb करने के लिए. So just Look at these strategies they follow. Now you have to work in groups, create a large mural with each child, contributing a piece related to different adventure sports. This fosters teamwork and sense of accomplishment. तो आपको वॉल पे बड़े मुराल्स बनाने हैं, ओके, एडवेंचर स्पोर्ट्स के. Now you have to organize an event where children take part in different adventure activities. Emphasize the value of fair play, encouraging teamwork and sportsmanship. Value corner. Discuss basic safety measure in the mountaineering, rock climbing and other adventure activities. Practice tying simple knots and emphasize the importance of equipment safety. So with this we have done with the chapter. So meet you in the next class with new chapter. Till then stay tuned.